meditation space. So welcome to my meditation space. I have some notes up on bringing some pillows or some support, folded blankets or towels, so that you have a little bit of support under your knees or your lower back during the practice. We'll actually be focusing a lot on strength in the pose today, how we can find our strength, different muscles to engage, while also focusing on our breath and awareness of deepening the breath and connecting to the parts of the body that we sometimes skip by. So again, just a reminder to all of you who are joining in, please hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a class. There's been a few days I've had some time off lately, just making sure that I'm taking care of myself, keeping myself mentally and physically healthy during this coronavirus time. And I hope that you can take care of yourself during these difficult, somewhat confusing time. But yeah, let's get started on the mat. This will be about an hour class. It may go for an hour and 15, but do the best you can. And we all start where we're at. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start with a standing position. I might actually turn a light on. It looks a little dark back there. There we go. So we're going to start in a standing position, feet comfortably hip width apart, and just take a second to take in your environment. I have a beautiful view outside to look at, so I'm noticing the outside view, then also take the inside view into account as well. Just noticing the different things around me, and then I'm noticing how I feel in my space. As I breathe in and breathe out, I become less focused on the details, but more start to go inward and feel my physical body in the space. I can feel my feet on the mat, toes are spreading open, and weight slightly back in the heels, and hips are slightly forward and the spine straight. Shoulders are dropping down, and the chest is lifting, and my head is just getting in a neutral position where I'm just gazing forward. And I have a lovely image of tapestry in front of me right now, so it's nice to look at the gentleness of this image in front of me as I breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So we can use the movement of our arms as we breathe. So I'm going to take the inhale breath, raising the arms up slowly, reaching up above the head. But then I want to take movement through the shoulders. Let your elbows bend and arms going wide as the chin tucks in, and then the arms come up again. So I'm taking slow movements, inhaling up, filling the lungs, exhaling, elbows going wide, opening through the chest and the shoulders. Inhale up again, breathing in, reaching upwards, taking in as much air that's comfortable, and then exhale, lowering the arms down. Good. Feel the movement through your body. Inhale up, fill the lungs with air, stretching to the top, and exhaling nice and wide. So there's many ways to breathe, different ways to breathe. The inhale, I'm breathing in through my nose, reaching and lifting. And the exhale, I'm actually breathing out through my nose today. Sometimes I breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just depends on what we want. Inhaling and exhaling. Just slowing everything down, the movements with the breath. Breathe in again, reach up and stretch. And then open the chest nice and wide. Draw open the shoulders. So we're going to clasp our hands behind the back now. Get a light clasp. Elbows can kind of pull apart. If you're new to this, it's going to be difficult to get the arms to maybe straighten, so we take our time. We pull the hands together first, and then the elbows start to pull towards one another in the back. Let the chest lift, gently squeeze the belly, reach the tail down towards the heels, and then maybe start to extend through your elbow points. And again, it's not a necessity to straighten your arms. You can always work on just squeezing the elbows lightly back. You're opening the front of your chest. Opening up the chest and extending, lifting the nose a little bit, relaxing your shoulders down. Feel the collarbones stretching as you breathe in and breathe out. We're here for a few more breaths, breathing in, breathing out. You can adjust the hand grip, switch the thumbs the other way around. My left thumb was on top, I'll put my right thumb on top and other little finger on top. Switching out the hand grip, just using different muscles as I stretch through my shoulders and open up the collarbones. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Taking that nice gentle lift with the chin. Eyes can look up, shoulders down. Breathing in, breathing out. You can also stretch the neck here a little. You can tuck your chin slightly, turning your head to your right. Pull the chin towards your right collarbone. Breathing in and breathing out. And then turn your head to your left. Tuck your chin to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And then let the hands relax now. Let the arms rest at your sides. Let the shoulders drop. Let the chest rise. And breathe in and breathe out. Let's take the arms up again. A gentle back bend as we reach back. You can do a forward fold here, bending at the knees, and let the head gently come forward and down towards the floor. Adjust the feet comfortably apart. You may want to take a wider position, separating the heels as you take your toes apart as well. You don't want your heels turned in and your toes turned out. Feet are even, toes straight ahead and heels slightly pulling apart. Bend the knees and let the head hang. Feel your torso resting on your thighs. Let your head gently tuck towards your shins and breathe here for a moment. Start to feel gravity pulling on the upper body. Start to feel gravity pressing your ribs towards your thighs and let the head completely drop. You can start to straighten the legs, but avoid lifting your body away from your thighs and avoid sitting all the weight in your heels. Try to keep the knees a little bent. Try to keep the chest towards the legs as much as you can. And as a beginner, this might be getting pretty intense with all the blood coming to your head. So you can always lift up halfway if you need a little break here. And then come back down when you're ready. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Notice your weight in your feet. Keep it forward as you spread open your toes more. And maybe communicate with the toes. Big toes pressing down. The second toe, the third, the fourth, and the fifth toe pressing into the floor. Feel that connection to the ground. And then maybe start to straighten the back of the knees a little bit more. This is a long forward fold. Stay with your breath. Keep your head gently pulling towards your legs. And for some of you, you may even want to emphasize pulling more of your body weight, your chest, towards your legs even more. Pulling on the back of the legs, pushing your chest against your knees, pulling your head towards your shin bones. Maybe even grabbing the arms around the back of the legs and squeezing your forearms into your legs. Feel the lower back opening up and the knees start to straighten and the weight comes forward slightly into the toes. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax, and breathe in and breathe out. Gentle awareness as you're taking the breath in and breath out. You can feel the front of your hips starting to open up and gently pull the sit bones apart slightly, pressing into the outer edges of your feet and widen the knees slightly. And breathe here for a moment. Keep gentle pressure in your little toes. Keep gentle pressure in the outer edges of your heels. Widen the knees again. Slight bend in the knees will help. And then slowly start to straighten the legs, pressing forward into the big toe, pressing into your second toe, your third, your fourth toe, and little toes. Just feel that length moving into the backs of your legs. Long, deep breaths in. Long, deep breaths out. And then we bend the knees and we slowly round our body up. Pull the stomach muscles in, pull the belly button in, tuck your tail. Drag your hands up your thighs, feel the light connection to your legs. Slide the hands to the hips, run the hands to the back of the buttocks, open the chest and lift your nose towards the ceiling. A nice deep breath here. Deep inhale, deep long exhale, shoulders relaxing down, chest is open as you breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let the hands rest beside you once again. In inhale, arms up overhead. A light bend in the elbows. Keep the hands interlaced and then bending to your right. Feel the weight gently pressing into the right foot. Turn your head to your left and then move your hips to the left, putting some pressure into your left foot. Draw the belly button in as you bend to the right. Feel the opening through the left side of your body. Inhaling and exhaling. The whole left side of the body stretching open as you breathe. You can start to straighten the elbows and squeeze the palms together. Your right hand pulling the left hand to the right. Deep inhale and deep long exhales. Feel the stretch. Again, if your shoulders are getting a little tight, put the right hand on your thigh. Lightly squeeze the arm and the hand into the leg. And then continue to reach through the top arm, the left arm reaching to the right. Come back to center. Let both arms relax down at your side and take a moment to roll your shoulders up and back. Breathe in again. Inhale, lifting the shoulders up. Roll the shoulders back. Good, let's try again. Inhale as you come up. Interlace the fingers. Drop your elbow points wide. Big open chest. And then we bend towards our left. Feel the weight going into the left foot. It's like dripping sand into an hourglass into one side as you drip down into that left foot. Slide your hips a little to the right and feel the transition of weight pushing into your right foot. Squeeze your right thigh, squeeze the right buttock, but continue to find the connection in your left foot. Press into both feet and then open through the chest cavity. And again, see if you want to straighten your elbows here, lifting up through the chest and feeling that leg through the whole right side of your body. Again, left hand can come down, squeezing the hand and the arm against the left leg while reaching all the way through your right arm. Now breathe. Lift your chin, lift your chest. Let the arm pull back just a little and squeeze your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to center and let both arms relax down. Take a moment, roll the shoulders up, roll the shoulders back and down. Breathing in, you're lifting the shoulders and you're rolling the shoulders back. Breathing out. Good. From here now, take the arms up again. Feel that nice big stretch. This time we try to keep the arms long and strong, squeezing palms together as best as we can. Lift the chest and stretch up all the way out of the waist. But keep lifting up through the chest. Press down through your feet. Feel the toes and the heels pressing into the floor. Move your hips forward slightly. Feel the pressure in the balls of the feet and the little toes. Lift your chest a little bit more. Keep the arms where they are. Don't think about pulling with the arms. Lift through the chest and feel the extension through the front of the hips. Keep lifting the chest. Breathe in. Now at first it mightn't feel like much. Just keep lengthening through your arms. Keep lifting through your chest. Keep pressing down through your feet. And breathe here. Small sips of air in and out through the nose, or long, slow, deep breaths, depending on where you're at. Breathe in and breathe out. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your thighs. Good. Come back to center. Pull the belly button in, let the arms float down at your side, and breathe here for a moment. Deep inhale and deep long exhale. We'll place the hands in prayer position right at the sternum. We'll do a gentle setup for Surya Namaskar. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Stretch back and forward fold. Take your arms wide and bend the knees and put your rib cage against your thighs again. Let your head completely relax forward, tuck your chin. Your hands can be on the floor. If you have blocks, you can always put blocks beside your feet and feel the support here with a little bit of hand support underneath the shoulder line. Not a requirement. I'll keep them to the side. Breathe in as you inhale. Knees can stay bent, but lift your chest up off the thighs and straighten your arms and look forward. Tuck your chin a little and feel the back of the neck nice and long. As your hamstrings open up, extend the knees and lean forward into your toes, lifting your tail up towards the ceiling, feeling the weight in the toes as you breathe in and breathe out. Then we bend the knees again and put the ribs back onto the thighs. Separate the knees, press into the outer edges of your feet, little toes and heels, plug into your big toes. Feel that opening of your feet, and then bow the head and tuck your chin even more. Keep your head in a tucked position. Put some light pressure in your fingertips if they're on the ground. Again, if your fingers aren't on the ground, no problem. You're kind of hanging and just working this part of your body, eventually getting your body towards your thighs. No problem if your hands are hovering. Breathe in and breathe out. Find the connection to either hovering hands or push your hands into your legs and squeeze your belly button in for added strength. You can push into the floor for added strength, keeping your head tucked. Lean forward into the toes slightly. Push down into both hands and tuck your chin towards your shins. Breathe in and breathe out. You can take a slow inhale again. Don't bend the knees, don't straighten the legs. Keep the legs where they are and then lift up halfway. Find the length here. You can push off the shins, still keeping the knees bent. Pull the belly button in and keep the back flat. Tap your chin and 3 breaths again. Breathe in, breathe out. Make sure your knees haven't knocked in towards one another. There's a tendency that the knees will want to come in towards one another and roll in on your feet. Try to keep that comfortable, hip width apart with the feet. Press the outer edges of your feet and your little toes with your knees bent, and pressing into your hands can strengthen the belly while keeping the back flat. You can always push into the hands on the floor or fingertips on the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. We're here. Let the head hang and drop the head completely. We'll take one more breath in. Inhale halfway and feel the back nice and flat. Then we step down, we bend the knees and we step the right foot back into a lunge position. This heel in the back foot will be forward a little. Roll into the ball of your foot and push the heel back. Extend through the right knee and drop the hip a little. Feel the stretch in the hip. Keep the hands under shoulder line, arm on the fingertips. Some of you will be flat on the floor. Just depends on how long your arms are and the support you need. Breathe in and breathe out. This front shin bone. Push your front shin bone forward a little. At the same time, there's a tendency to want to drag your back heel forward with you. Push the heel back. Simultaneously, push your front shin bone forward, pushing the heel and the shin in opposite directions. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Lift your hips a little. Take the pressure out of the stretch. Put both hands flat on the floor. Slide the left leg back. Feet are about hip width apart. Go straight to your knees if you're new to this and you're starting to build strength. You can have your legs straight. Try not to have the bottom too high and try not to collapse in your back with your hips low. You're right in between. Keep the legs strong and active. Breathe here. 3 or 4 breaths. Deep inhale. At any time, you can put one knee to the ground while straightening the other leg. And then finding balance and strength gradually. Then here, we slowly bend the elbows. We're going to lift the hips a little behind us and put the chest to the ground first, and then knees to the ground. Then the hips will lower to the floor. Let the legs extend straight back behind you. Push into your feet. Keep the hands underneath the shoulder line. On your inhale, lift your head and lift your chest. It's a slow rise as you lift. Keep your ribs on the floor. Keep your belly on the floor. Keep pressing into your feet. Lower down gently. Let your chin touch the ground. Inhale, gently rise. Lift your head, lift your chest. Squeeze your legs behind you. And then slowly coming down again. Chin to the floor, chest to the ground. On this last one, inhale, rising, head lifts, chest lifts. Put some weight in the hands and maybe extend a little bit more. Put some pressure, push back onto your knees. Go straight back with your hips and stretch the shoulders. This is your half down dog, pressing back with your hips as you stretch your arms forward. Full down dog, tuck your toes, let your hips rise, take the tail in the air, and then lightly press the feet towards the floor. Heels will press down, shoulders and chest will push forward. Tuck your chin and breathe for a moment. Bend the knees a little and let your rib cage press towards the thighs. Then slowly straighten at the knees. It doesn't matter if your heels touch the ground or not. Just work the stretch, slowly pressing down through each of your toes and connecting slowly to the back of the heels. Maybe the heels are slightly hovering off the ground and you're at your maximum stretch here today. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's look forward between the hands. It's a walk, a slow giraffe walk, sliding one foot forward and then the other. You can hop up, jump up, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And then let the head hang here. Bend the knees. Let the hands rest at the feet. And then inhale, halfway lift. Feel the back nice and long. Exhale and fold. And then we round up. You can take the arms wide if you like and stretch up with your hands and go gently back. Then go forward again and we'll do the other leg. Let the head hang. Tuck your chin. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel the flat back. Use your hands. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale again, halfway. Feel the lift. Breathing in and exhale. Take that left foot back. Feel the lunge and lower the hips a little. Your back heel pushing behind you, your front right shin bone pushing forward. Let these 2 points go in opposite direction. Put some good weight in your left foot. Push forward into the ball of your right foot. Feel the stretch. Breathe for a moment. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. Stretching back. Pushing forward. Breathe. Lift your hips. Hands go flat. Right leg will slide back. We're in the plank position, either toes or knees. Squeeze your belly. Slowly lower down. Let your hips lift a little as your chest comes to the floor first. Straighten the legs. Let the hips come down. Inhale, scoop your chest up. Cobra. Relax your shoulders. Exhale as you come down again. 2 more. Inhale as you scoop up. Lift your chest. Maybe some little pressure as you lift higher this time. Exhale as you come down. And then inhale as you come up. Put some pressure in your feet. Keep the connection to the floor as you lift. Keep extending, maybe going back halfway. Stretch your hands forward, resting on elbow points to give the shoulders a little break in the half down dog. Or happy to keep going forward and up. Lift your hips into down dog. A nice little bend in the elbows. Let your collarbones open as you push your chest towards your knees. A little bend in the knees to get started here. And then slowly straighten the legs as you lift your tail and your sit bones to the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Tuck your chin a little bit more. Feel the back of the neck long. And then slowly start to extend through the elbow points. Feel each of your fingertips connected to the floor. Eyes will come forward. We're going to take the right foot forward to step first, then the left into your giraffe. And then we come back up with our feet hip-width apart. Empty your lungs. Exhale the breath. Inhale halfway. Push off your shin bones if you like. Flatten through your back. And then exhale as you fold in again. Come up slowly now. Lift your heart, lift your chest, and reach up with your arms above the head. Hands will touch, and then pull your thumbs down towards your sternum. Let the head relax here. Breathe in for a moment, and breathe out. Inhale, arms up again. Deep breath here. We drop the shoulders down as we bend the knees forward, coming down into the chair pose. We bend the knees to keep the strength focused on the legs. Pull the belly button in and lift the chest. You can bend your elbows and take the elbows wide like cactus arms, palms facing forward. There's a natural curve happening in the spine. You're not completely flat back here. So let the natural curve come in. Drop the shoulders, bend the knees more, and really feel the juiciness of your thighs. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your buttocks, and then lift the chest a little bit more. Arms will pull back, forearms and wrists pulling back, opening the chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Big open chest here. Deep breath in. You can always straighten the elbows here, making that V shape from the front here. Opening up through the chest, maybe the hands coming closer. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Inhaling and exhaling. Pull the weight down into the heels. As I'm sitting down, I can feel my heels. Feel the 10 toes connected to the floor. Let your knees pull apart slightly. Feel the connection to the joints, ankles, knees, hips. Feel your chest rise, shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers pulling back gently. Breathe in, breathe out. Sit down just a little bit more. This gets a little intense. Breathe into the intensity. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Squeeze your belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly straighten the legs. Let the arms come down. There's a lot going on here. Breathe into the deep breath in, deep breath out. Take the arms up again. Big inhale. Reach your arms back. Pull the thumbs to the sternum. Bend the knees and squat down halfway. Shift the weight into your left foot and take the right foot up. Pull the knee up, hold it here. Gently extend the right leg back. This will take time to find balance. Don't worry if you're wobbling here and fall out. Put the back foot on the ground. My heel is lifted. If you're finding you're losing your balance, put the heel down to get started today, and then work the heel up in time. Your back knee can bend a little more, feeling the strength in your front leg. Let your shoulders lean back and squeeze the belly button in. We'll reach the arms up in front of us again, bending elbow points, opening the chest wide. Lift the chest and reach up with your arms, inhaling and exhaling. From here, keep your front knee exactly where it is. Front knee is forward, and it's right in the line of the second toe. Bend, straighten the back leg more, pressing the back heel towards the back of your mat. Maybe wiggle the heel back a little bit further, increase the stretch in your right hip. Keep your chest lifting and open up through the collarbones. As you drop your shoulders down, elbows go wider to the sides of the room. Inhaling and exhaling. There is a tendency to collapse everything into your lower back. To stop that from happening, draw the belly button in more. Squeeze the urinary tract a little. Find that gentle connection. Don't over squeeze these muscles. Just lightly pull them in and lift the sternum up. Find that opening and breathe into this. Straighten the back leg a little bit more. Feel the extension through the right hip. Breathe in, breathe out. Place the hands back in prayer position. Take a moment, breathe in, breathe out. Bring your body weight forward, leaning forward with your torso. Front knee is bending, back leg is straight. You can put your left hand on your left thigh, as you might be fatiguing by now. Reach your right hand forward and extend it to the front of the room. Your arms like the arrow reaching out. Those fingertips are pulling to the front, while this back leg and back heel is pushing to the back, reach in opposite directions. Find the length. Keep this front knee bent. It's okay if you have a little pressure in this left hand to support you during this time. Pull the stomach in more and reach. Now put the right hand on the floor underneath your shoulder line in the same line as your right toes. Keep the fingers here and lower the hips even more. You can put your back knee on the ground and straighten the back, put the top of the foot on the floor. Pause here. You can always take the pressure out of this right hip that's been stretching for a bit now. And you can come forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Find that deep release. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So there's many options here. You can push up your left thigh. Use your strength. Watch this back knee. This will be a perfect time to put either a blanket or a towel under this back knee. You want to keep the weight of the knee more towards the shin bone than the front of the kneecap. You can also have the knee in the top of the weight coming forward in the top of the thigh, just not directly into your kneecap itself. So it's a little tricky to figure out. Just find your stretch here. So we can push off this front leg. I'm leaning back. I'm taking the pressure off my hip. As I push up this front leg, I'm going to lean into it, using both hands to push. The right hand will come up, putting the right hand behind the head, leaning the head back into the hand, and breathe in and breathe out. Good. Try not to go low to begin with. Try to stay just a little bit up so that you're working the strength in the pose versus just sitting into deep flexibility. Breathe in and breathe out. Open the heart, lift the chest. I'm putting more pressure with my head into my hand, opening up the upper back. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Bring the right hand back to the floor. Turn your right toes under. Let the hips lift a little bit here. Both hands on the ground now. Front leg can slowly straighten a little. Forward and back. Give some mobility to your joints. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. We're going to slide the left leg back. It's a bit of a joyful moment here. You can walk your knees back and forth. You can stretch. See how I'm on my knees going back and forth. You can do this in down dog as well, going back and forth, stretching out. And then just take the left leg up from this point. You can bend the knee, pull the knee forward a little, and then push the knee up as you straighten the leg slowly. You can do this on your knees and your elbows. Straighten the left leg up and down. You can go up and down. We're just opening up that left hip. That left leg really had some strengthening today. Put the left knee on the ground. Take the knees nice and wide apart if you're on your knees. And push your bottom back a little, stretching the inner groin. You can bend your elbows and let your head drop forward. Those of you in down dog, keep the legs long and strong, and just working the down dog stretch. You can take the hands in a wider position. You can take your feet in a wider position, bending the elbows, a slight bend in the knees, and push your hips back, feeling the stretch through your shoulders. Then slowly extend your tail to the ceiling, legs long. Breathing in, breathing out. Tuck your chin a little, feel the back of the neck nice and long. We're all going to look forward now, coming into plank. You can be on your knees or your toes again. Finding your strength here. It's a slow lowering down to the ground, knees to the ground, the chest to the ground. Let your belly rest on the floor and slide your chest up. You can continue the slide through, extending through the arms, extending through your legs. Push back with your hips again, staying on your knees or go to down dog. And make your way to walking position again. It's a jump, it's a hop, step, fly, whatever you're up to. Grab your elbows, hang forward for a moment, feel a good stretch, rock from side to side. Empty the air of lungs, exhale, and slowly round up, coming all the way up. Touch your hands above your head and reach back. Then forward fold again, exhale. Let the head hang, tuck your chin. Inhale, a halfway lift. We do this all again on the other side. Exhale and fold. And then we step the left foot back. Take that left foot back behind you. Feel that bend in the knee and slowly press up. Balancing here, hands at the heart. Back knee's nice and bent. Front knee nice and bent. And then from here, you can take the hands up in front of you, balancing here. Bend the elbows and take them wide, big open chest. Your back knee nice and bent, front knee nice and bent. Lift through the chest, open the heart, breathe in and breathe out. You can straighten the left leg a little more. Deep breath in, deep breath out, opening through the chest, inhaling and exhaling. Strong legs. Gently pull your belly button in, let the shoulders move back a little, opening through the chest. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, straighten the back leg a little bit further. And then finding your eye gaze, gently maybe right hand resting on the thigh as you extend forward, reaching out. Feel the length through the shoulder. Left hip turns forward a little, right hip pulls back. And then feel the length through your arm. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling that gentle pressure on the thigh. Try not to collapse everything down. Use your hamstring. Exhale, opening up the left hip, compressing the right hip. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Take your time, put the blanket under the left knee if you have one, and then maybe lift the hips up a little, slide your torso back, put some pressure on your thigh. Squeeze your bottom as your hips gently come forward, just a little, nothing too extreme. Left hand to the ear and lift through the chest. Lift your eye gaze and look up and feel the torso going back a little. Again, try not to compensate by just sinking into depth. Think about strength. Use your hamstring on this right side. Tone the back of the leg. Feel the buttocks working. Push into this front foot. Feel the back foot working for you. Spread your toes out. And then lift through your chest and squeeze the left buttock a little here as you roll back a little, feeling the upper back open up. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, and then we come forward again, placing the hand on the ground and the right hand on the ground. I'm going to turn the toes under, lift the hips, slide the back leg back, the right leg will come back. And again, I'm in down dog, you can be on your hands and knees here. And you're going to take the right leg up this time. Just feeling that stretch, right hip will come forward. Lifting, maybe bend the knee a little. Pull the knee forward, feel that squeeze. And then push the knee up. Then extend at the knee joint, straighten the leg. Pull the knee forward and squeeze your belly. Lift the knee up and extend the leg. Take your time, breathe in, breathe out. And again, this looks like this on the elbows and knees. The right leg will go up, bend the knee, lift the knee higher, and pull the knee in if you like. Lift the knee up, extend the leg, and pull the knee in. Squeeze your belly. Good. Place the hands on the ground. If you're on your knees with me, widen the knees, nice and wide apart. Elbows under shoulder line. Make that fist maybe press back a little, stretch the hips and shoulders here. Breathing in, keep your shoulders and feeling tender. Keep the forearms on the ground, let the head hang. And just see how you go, just resting here. And those in down dog, take wider hand positions, nice and wide with your fingers spread wide apart. Lift your tail And take the feet wide apart. Nice bend in the knees, in both knees. Bend your elbows and lightly press your chest towards your legs. Feel the extension here through the shoulders. Elbows are still quite bent, right? And then start to straighten the knees. Your heels can be still lifted here. Let your tail lift and let your pelvis, the front of the hips, roll forward a little. And then, as you straighten the arms, tuck your chin and gaze towards the knees. Let your heels come down to the ground just a little bit more. And breathe in and breathe out. Then lift your eye gaze and look forward. And we can come into our plank or our chaturanga. Feet come in to hip width apart, hands on the shoulder line. You're either on your knees or your toes. It's a slow movement to the ground. Hover the hips and then let your chest come down. Let your hips rest on the floor and then inhale as you scoop the chest up. Cobra first, then pushing to the ground if you want to keep extending and opening up through the chest into upward dog. Press back and go down into down dog, either on your knees or your toes. Let your head hang forward. 3 breaths in down dog or on your knees with me, stretching the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice inhales, fill the lungs with the air. Deep, long exhales. Squeeze your belly button, squeeze your stomach when you exhale. One more breath in. A nice deep breath out. Good. Let's all look forward now. Round the back. You'll lift your hips. It's a walk. It's a jump. It's a float. However you like to get to the top of your mat, take your time. Stretching. When you get to the top, separate the feet. Exhale all the air out. Empty your lungs and slowly inhale. Take your arms up overhead from the side. Palms will touch. When your hands meet at the top, pause for a moment and breathe. Notice 2 worlds coming together. The right palm and the left palm meet one another. Let your sternum lift a little bit more as your arms extend. Your chin can lift and your nose can lift. Feel the pressure down through your feet. Your right foot pressing down and your left foot pressing down. Both feet in the ground. And you're reaching and lifting. Deep breath in. Draw your belly button in. Gently marry the buttocks together. Feel the buttocks gently squeezing, not hard squeezing, just a gentle kiss. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Lean back a little bit more. Wherever the body wants to go, just feel that extension. Inhaling, exhaling. Good, and then let the arms come down at the sides. Pull the elbow points towards your rib cage, palms facing upwards, thumbs right at elbow height. Draw your hands back, open through your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades towards the rib cage. Inhaling and exhaling. Take the hands forward, let the shoulders come forward a little. Then roll the hands back out, squeezing shoulder blades as you breathe in and breathe out. Good. Relax the arms at the sides of your body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Arms come up again. Inhale as your arms come up. Reach back, and then we do a forward fold. Exhale as you go forward. Bend the knees. Put your hands on the floor and tuck your chin. Let the head hang. I like to let the head move from side to side. Lift your nose up and down, up and down. Gentle with your neck. I'm drawing a circle with my nose between my feet right now. Go the other way, changing direction, drawing a circle with your nose. And then inhale halfway, lift your head. Exhale, fold forward. And then bend the knees and step your right foot back. Place your heel down at a 45-degree angle. Let's bend the front knee a little bit more. Wiggle your front foot forward a couple of inches. And then maybe some of you will need to take your foot to the left. You want to have a little bit of space between your heels on the floor. Bend your knees. Push up off your thigh. Inhale, let your right arm come all the way back behind you, opening up and reaching the finger to the back wall. Bend this front knee a little bit more. Feel the knee bending, but then also notice if your knee is rolling inward. You may notice it if you feel a lot of weight in your big toe and the inside edge of your right heel, of your left heel, sorry. So you'll push the knee open. I'm pushing it to the window behind me. And then the little toe presses down more. This big toe gets a little bit lighter. So then I'm going to bend my knee more and bring some weight into the toes evenly. There's a little bit of pressure with my hand here so that my legs don't have to take all of it right now. So I push down in the top of the thigh, and then I continue to lean my torso back to the wall behind me. Right hand is reaching back, and then my right buttock naturally squeezes as I reach further back. Keep the chest lifted, the belly button pulled in. Put the hand on the chest for a moment, right at the sternum. Touch the chest here with your hand, reaching back as you lean back. Then take this left hand and extend it forward to the front of the room. Stretch it all the way past your front knee, reaching back with the power to reach forward. Take the right hand and put it on your back leg. Let the left hand continue to reach up. So there's a lifting motion, stretching the rib cage away from the hip. This front knee will bend a little bit more if it's here for you today, reaching up and stretching back. Then we take the body weight forward. Reach out in front. Maybe put the elbow on the thigh. Let the hips lift a little here, and then sink into the hip a little. Right hand coming straight up towards the ceiling and looking upwards. Stretch. You can always straighten this left elbow and let the legs do all the work. And this takes time. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe 5 seconds here. Breathing in, breathing out, and then resting for a couple of seconds. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe straightening again. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's reverse it one more time. Take the hand up, lengthening through the left arm. You can straighten the front leg as you fatigue, and then bend the knee, sit low again, and reaching back. Take the left hand to the ground. I'm putting both hands on the inside of my foot. Let the right knee touch the floor. Slide the left leg back. Hands will separate, shoulder distance apart. Tuck your toes under. You can go into half down dog here, or go into the full down dog here. We're going to take the left leg up first, bend the knee, bring your shoulders forward, pull the knee forward, and hold here for a moment. Then we push back with the shoulders and the chest, and then we go up with the leg. And you can do this and you can repeat that. Do 5 on this side. So here, you can do this on your knees and elbows. The left leg goes up, keep it bent, push back a little bit, extend the leg, pushing back, and then pull the knee in as you bring your shoulders forward a little, and then push back, and then pull forward. So we've done 5, right? 5 on this left side. Breathe in, breathe out. You're either on your hands and knees, or you're up with your hips in your down dog. Then you have your choice. If you want it, it's here for you. Your Chaturanga. You can be on your knees, you can be on your toes. It's a slow movement to the ground. Let the chest touch the ground, then the hips, and then gently draw your chest upward. Relax your shoulders, and then press up a little bit more, and then go back to your down dog, either on your knees or on your toes. You can switch back and forth. Just because you started with down dog on your toes doesn't mean you have to do the whole series with down dog on your toes, right? This is a practice of compassion. It's a practice of getting to know ourselves. So you're going to see me alternating. I'm going to be on my knees. I'm going to be on my elbows. I'm going to be up with my toes and my hips. You get to choose, right? There's no ego in all this. We just listen to our body and we take care of ourselves, right? And then pushing back with your hips. Okay, eyes are forward. We'll take a slow walk. We'll lift the hips. It's a jump, it's a hop, it's a skip, whatever you need to get to the top. When you get to the top, Bend the knees. I'm going to do a deeper hold this time, like a deeper squeeze. So I'm going to place my knees in a bent position. I'm going to slide my right hand around the back of the leg, and I'm going to grab my shin bone. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, holding the shins. At the same time as I hold my shins, I'm going to push the elbows into the calf muscles, separating the knees apart. You want to pull the knees apart to help open the collarbones here. And then let the head tuck between your shin bones. As the legs straighten, pull the weight into the toes a little, pressing into the outer edges of your heels. Keep your knees apart. Keep the extension through the backs of the legs. Feel the sit bones sliding open a little. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel that connection. Let your shoulders gently pull up towards your hips a little. Keep the elbows pressing towards the calf muscles. Let your legs slowly start to straighten more. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we release it. You bend the knees, you come out of it the way you went in. Round your back and slow rise on the inhale. Lift your head, reaching back. And then forward fold again. Exhale. Let the head tuck towards your shin bones once more. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel that nice flat back. Pause here for a moment. So again, if you're upside down with your head down like me, you can get really dizzy when you're first learning these practices. And even as an experienced practitioner, some days are a little more intense. So you get to come out of it a little bit and take some breaths here. And then maybe get back into it when you're ready. Okay? Right foot, put the weight into it. Take the left foot behind you and turn the left foot at a 45-degree angle. Wiggle this front right foot forward a couple of inches. Maybe take the toes to the right a little. And then sit your bottom down. And then slowly push up off your thigh, coming up and lift up into Warrior One. And you're in the Warrior One. The front knee nice and bent. The back leg strong and straight. And you're pushing into the outer edge of your left heel. Lift up with your arms a little and maybe take the elbow points down, nice and wide. Pull the elbows towards your hips a little. Lower the hands and pull the thumbs back. Feel the squeezing in the back of the shoulders. Arms come up again, inhaling, reaching up and stretching back. Good. Take that opening again, breathing in, breathing out. Good, now keep the right hand on your thigh. Take this right hand up. Open up through that left shoulder, twisting a little. Let the left hand reach back behind you. This front leg can straighten a little, take the pressure off, and then bend down again. Now let the torso lean back. Feel yourself reaching back. Squeeze your left buttock as you lean back. Then take this right arm and extend it forward, reaching out through the fingertips. Your right hand coming way out in front. Left hand pulling back. And then maybe continue to go back, reaching up with your right arm, open through the chest. Feel this rib cage lifting up, extending back. Bend the front knee more. And breathe here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Hardly any weight in this back left hand. Reaching up. Good. Take this right elbow, put it on your thigh, and sit low with your hips again. Again, you can straighten the leg a little if you're fatiguing. Bend the knee, sit low, and then take the left hand straight up. Squeeze your buttocks. There's a tendency to want to stick your bottom out behind you and let this front knee bend inwards towards the floor. So you tuck your tail and you push your hips forward a little. And feel the extension through the leg. The left leg is long and the right knee is bent. Reaching and lifting, and you can take your torso off this thigh and straighten the arm, making the legs work a little bit harder. And breathe in and breathe out. You can always go back to the elbow, breathing in, breathing out. Good, let's come back up. Reverse your warrior again. Take the left hand to the back leg. Let's bend this front knee and reach up and back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Feeling that extension. Reaching back. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Take the hands to the ground. I'm putting both hands on the inside of the foot. Put the left knee to the ground. Let the hips slide back. Right knee coming behind you. Hands go to shoulder distance apart. Knees hip width apart. You can stay with me on the knees as you press back a little, get a little stretch. You can go to down dog, lifting the hips up. Breathing in and breathing out. So now, we take ourselves into the extension part. As we pull that left leg back behind us, we pull the knee forward and we squeeze. All right, I think it's the right leg going back. Let the right leg extend back and pull the knee forward and squeeze. I may have got my right left leg mixed up, so if I'm doing the wrong leg, do the other leg if you already did this leg last time. So remember these ones, 5 of these, pulling in and squeezing. In your down dog, lift your hips, take the right leg up, and pull the shoulders forward as you hold the knee forward. Going back and forward, squeezing here. Breathing in, breathing out, and lifting up. Good. And then coming back down, we'll all go to our knees for this one. Let your hips go back, put your elbows on the floor. Take your fists a little bit up towards the ceiling. See how your shoulders feel here. This might be too much for some of your shoulders to let the head hang. As you walk your elbows forward, let the head move between the arms a little here, breathing in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. If it's too much for the shoulders, just come back, rest on your elbow points and your hands and elbows on the floor and let your head hang. If the elbows felt okay, keep gently squeezing the palms together as you press your hips back. Keep your feet on the ground. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breath in and out. And of course, if you want another Chaturanga, now's your time. You can do it from down dog. You can do it from your knees. Do your Chaturanga, do your upward dog, and then come back here and meet me here. We're just breathing here, taking long, slow, deep breaths in and out. Feeling that nice release through the shoulders, nice release through the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Put the hands back underneath the shoulder line. Round your back, squeeze your belly like a cat, and find yourself in the cat stretch here. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. We're going to finish gently now with a nice little hip stretch. We're going to lay on our back and pull the knees into the chest. I wanted to do just an hour today with you, so we're coming up to the hour. So lay on your back here. I prefer 1.5-hour classes, but not everyone's up for it. So this is an hour class. We're finishing up the practice. This will be where you get to do one hip stretch and a spine twist if you like. So I'm in Breech Pose setup basically, hands on the floor. And just feel your body here for a moment. You can knock your knees together a little bit or have your knees wide apart if that feels more comfortable, just to rest for a second. Your hands can go on your belly and breathe. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. So I'm going to get us into a Breech Pose just to strengthen and tone all those muscles we just really worked hard. So your legs might be a little sore tonight. Just drink lots of water after this practice. Even some nice yummy sea salt, or mixed with some lemon juice, sea salt and water. Just have a nice little sip of that. And then drink plenty of water this evening before going to bed. And drink beautiful water in the morning. Sea salt, lemon juice, water in the morning as you wake up, just to alkalize your system. When exercising like this, we create a little bit more acidity in our bodies. So after a practice like this, I know some of you, like myself, haven't eaten for 3 or 4 hours. So we're getting hungry now. And we're in what we call almost coming into maybe it's some form of ketosis, where you can actually feel the natural hunger building in our body. And that's a good thing. We want to have that. So while you're doing Breech Pose, I'm going to talk a little. So we push into our feet are hip width apart, knees stay apart, hip width. Lift your hips up, bend your elbows, and push the backs of your arms into the floor. You can lightly put your hands on the ground and keep them flat on the ground. If your shoulders are up for it, you're going to clasp your hands under the buttocks, lift the chest a little, and then slowly extend the elbow points underneath your body. This is a big stretch for the collarbones and shoulders. Stay here for a moment. You can always lower your hips, draw your knees in a little, and then press the hips back up again. So we're alkalizing our body. So sometimes doing physical activity can create a little bit more acidity in our body. So straight after a practice such as yoga and running, things like that, and mostly you want to, or even getting some deep healing work done, drink a lot of good, healthy filtered water. Make sure you mix it with a little bit of sea salt, like half a teaspoon to get started with sea salt, 16 ounces of water. And just, make sure it all mixes up. It's not cold water, it's just warm water. And a little bit of lemon juice in it, half a lemon squirted into there. And then drink that straight after this class, okay? And then once you've done that, eat some really beautiful, nutritious foods. Eat some leafy greens, like anything nice and nourishing. Leafy greens, some beautiful sprouted lentils or some sprouted beans of some sort, mixed with a nice dressing of your choice. I love a tahini dressing with some lemon juice and ginger, and mix all that in. And some nice, mixed vegetables of some sort, a light steamed vegetable or some nice fresh salad pieces. And then eat. Nourish your beautiful body. Eat like you're eating for a king or a queen in the most beautiful, loving way. Let your bottom come down, let your arms and shoulders relax. Coming into spine twist, bend your right knee up, give yourself a nice little squeeze here. And let that foot relax. Take the knee across your body and feel it stretch. Your right hand comes out to the side and just let the knee hover in the air. Relax your jaw. There's so many wonderful food blogs out there online. So, do some nice research on really healthy, nourishing foods to eat after a yoga practice. You don't have to be vegetarian to be a yoga practitioner. It all depends on your constitution. So I want to honor you and not judge you for anything of your choices, but you do need to eat wise and healthy and make really beautiful choices in that area if you want to, make your life a little bit more harmonious, a little bit more peacefulness in your life. It does really change when you change your food patterns. Come up over to the other side, straighten your right leg and bend up the left knee. Give yourself a nice little squeeze and then we roll to the side. And then allow this right and this left knee to stay in the air for a moment and keep the left shoulder on the ground as you turn your head to the left. Taking slow, long, deep inhales and exhales. So when you nourish your body right and you give it good fluids, healthy fluids, you then may have some space in your day to have some contemplation and some nice quiet thought time, journaling, writing things down, just half an hour or 15 minutes. I give myself an hour to an hour and a half. I just love this time. And just get it all out. Sometimes I just write words down without even linking sentences. I just get words coming out. The emotions start to come, and then the story folds out. And it's really a beautiful way to just let things flow through. And then, during these times, maybe call a friend and have a chat to them and say, guess what came out in my journal today? These words, how's that resonating for you? Like, talk it out, get it out. There's a lot of stuff coming out of us these days. Anyway, roll onto your back. Give yourself one last big hug. You did amazing today. I love that you joined the practice with me today. I've been out for a few days taking care of myself and nourishing my body and being kind with myself. I hope that you can continue to do that. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, share this with friends and family. We all need this little bit of love right now. And then let your legs stretch out, balance down here. And as you're relaxing down, I'm going to just ring my crystal bowl while you're laying down, okay? Take your time. Take a long, deep breath in and a long, deep breath out. Breathe in. And breathing out. Just lay down, travel through. And very gently make your way to a seated position. Just any comfortable seat is good. Grab your hands together. And then place your hands over your eyes. Take a big inhale. Let your hands touch over your head as you exhale. And then touching at the back of your neck. Breathing normal. Touch your throat. Give your shoulders a nice squeeze. Run your hands down to your elbows, wrists, forearms, hands, back onto your chest. Touch your heart and lungs. Touch your belly. Remember to nourish yourself with beautiful foods today. Touch your hip bones, reproductive organs, lean forward. Run your hands down your spine to your lower back. Touch your buttocks down through your thighs into your knees. Give your knees a nice little rub. We really worked the legs today. We focused on our strength today and our foundation. Touch your feet. Give your feet a nice little squeeze. Feel the feet. And then thank the earth always. We have the abundance surrounding us coming from this blessed earth. Now's the time to recognize the abundance that we have. Recognize how we can give back in this abundance to nature. What can we do to help her? Maybe it's just the simple task of watering the plants or planting a small garden or showing children the beauty of smelling the leaves on trees. I know when I was little, tearing up the gum leaves and smelling the eucalyptus in the leaves. Bringing that memory into the child so that the children's children get to love and respect and support the earth and leave it better than we found it, huh? Lift the hands to the heart. Take a big inhale. Breathe in. Namaste. Peace to you all. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me again. Bye. See you soon tomorrow. Bye. I love seeing when people walk by. Thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye.